All right, one more time, everybody. Thanks for attending the weekly Creator Hub overview webinar. We'll get started at about 5 minutes after the hour. I have enabled the chat and Q&A. Please feel free to drop any comments in there as we go along. I'll get started in just a moment. Okay, excellent. So thanks one more time for everybody who's able to join today. This is the weekly Creator Hub overview webinar. Really a great place for beginners, anybody who's new to Pietra. Maybe you just created your account, maybe you're on a trial. A great way to get a full overview of the platform and the features that Pietra offers. So Pietra really aims to be the single platform that you need to access to launch products, fulfill orders, and reach a broader audience. So really the best place to launch, scale, and expand your brand. We work with a lot of individuals who are starting a brand for the first time. Maybe you felt inspired by an advertisement that you saw, or you look up to a brand and you want to emulate that brand's identity. Maybe you're an existing brand that's looking to take yourself to the next level. Maybe you're a professional who has worked for a brand and you're looking to launch your own brand for the first time. We can help you with all of that. And the main features that I'm going to be focusing on today are our sourcing section of the website, which involves accessing a network of over 30,000 factories around the world who can make everything from a white labeled product to a completely custom cut and sew product. We also offer print on demand, and we offer an increasingly diverse group of factories, especially given the updates to the US tariff and trade policy. For those of you who have been attending our webinars, we've been operating daily webinars to keep folks updated on the news around tariffs and trade. We'll be welcoming a number of special guests over the coming weeks. So if you're interested in joining those webinars, just keep an eye on our social media accounts, whether that be LinkedIn or YouTube. We cast those events live to those channels. And we would love to have you attend that webinar. And we'd love it if you could give us a follow on LinkedIn. We're turning out a lot of content regarding tariffs and trade. And we want to be a resource for you so you can stay informed on this very important policy update. Now, another major pillar of Pietra's offering is our fulfillment area. Now, this is going to apply to existing brands or small businesses that have existing inventory. I'll touch on this briefly, but just know that this is typically not the first item that you need to tackle if you're just getting started for the first time. Then down here is our bundle of our e-commerce and marketing tools, including an AI photo shoot generator. We have a social media monitoring tool called Pulse. Retail Connect is our tool to help you find brick and mortar stores, which can help you sell your product in more locations. Our visitor ID tool, an AI product design tool. I'll touch on those as well. AI product design helps you create product renderings for you to share with factories. Visitor ID is an email marketing tool. And then right here down the line, affiliate marketing, analytics, and storefront. Now, if you are just getting started and looking for a little bit more directives or guidance, the brand Copilot is a great place to start. Now, the brand Copilot is an AI-supported tool which allows you to populate the type of merchandise you'll be selling. And we actually walk you through a number of typical steps for someone who's just getting started, such as recommending trusted suppliers. We can recommend samples for you to buy to get the process started. Sampling is a very important part of the sourcing process. We'll touch on that in a little bit more detail in a few minutes. as well as packaging suppliers. So in addition to offering some factories and suppliers who can create your products for you, we have hundreds of packaging suppliers who can help you source custom boxes, poly mailers, custom packing tape, etc. We also recommend some designs. So basically, this brand Copilot section is a great place to get started if you're just browsing the website, not quite sure where to get started. These are going to outline all of the main steps for you to help you get started and begin taking those steps to launching your brand. Below the brand Copilot is our Help Center. So this can also be accessed at help.pietrastudio.com. And we have an ever-expanding library of FAQ articles, webinar recordings, answers to common questions. I would strongly encourage everybody who is checking us out for the first time to browse through these articles, and you can also search for common topics. We also have a special section on tariffs with multiple articles there that explain everything that's going on with the tariff and trade policy. Additionally, we have workshop recordings and videos here if you wanted to deep dive at any of the areas of our platform that you're focused on right now, including our design studio, sourcing, fulfillment, and then an overview webinar. We also upload all of our recordings to the FAQ page, and they're also available on our LinkedIn and YouTube pages for restreaming. Okay. So here, very robust Help Center guide. This is an important tool for you to access because most of our memberships are pretty self-service. I'll touch on the different membership tiers here in just a minute. Just know that we have created a ton of resources for you to access and tap into to help you orient yourself to the platform. We also offer responsive chat support here, which you can reach out to at any time. We offer live chat support with both AI agents as well as live support agents. So if you want to send us a message with a question, we'll be happy to point you in the right direction there. Okay. So down here at the lower left is going to be some basic account navigation, including additional ways to contact us. If you ever need to review your billing and account reporting, that's here. We offer rewards points. So if you make a few purchases on the platform, you'll begin accruing rewards points that you can use toward future purchases. Those can be applied toward additional sourcing, or if you want to purchase packaging or discounts on some of our marketing tools, that's available here. And then you can also manage your subscription. If you ever wanted to change your plan, that can be done here. So I'll touch on the plans here momentarily. And again, if anybody has questions as we go, or if you have a specific project you're working on and have a specific question you'd like me to cover, I'm happy to ensure that that gets answered during this webinar session, or I can use it as an example to pull up suppliers, anything that you need. So we offer two primary tiers for small businesses at Pietra, our Essentials Plan and our Business Plan. And these plans are offered on both a monthly, quarterly, and an annual basis. You'll see if you purchase an annual plan, that's offered at a 50% discount. So for the business plan, that comes out to $99 a month. Sometimes people will ask what the primary differences are between the plans, and I can summarize that as follows. The Essentials Plan, for example, is a beginner, more self-service plan that does offer full access to the website, but there are going to be certain limitations on access, including lower limits on our marketing and storefront software. So for example, if you're using our AI content studio, you'll reach your image limit a little bit faster. For example, you get 20 images and 5 videos per month under the Essentials Plan. Compare that to unlimited images and 15 videos per month on the Business Plan. And that'll apply to all of our marketing software. With our storage and order fulfillment services, you'll pay a slightly higher order pick and pack rate. And then with our Essentials Plan, you also have access to live email and chat support. Now contrast that with the Business Plan, which has lower fulfillment costs, higher limits for our marketing and software tools, and then access to premium support agents, including on-demand phone calls. So you can schedule calls with experts across our business units, including sourcing specialists. If you wanted to connect with an e-commerce specialist, that's available for you. So for most folks who are looking for a little bit more support and guidance, I do recommend the Business Plan. That's what a majority of our customers are on right now. Great question from Juan regarding high tariffs on Chinese goods. How can your platform find Vietnamese or Bangladesh suppliers that have been vetted? So we definitely have suppliers from both of those countries on the platform. I'll show you how to filter for those in just a couple of minutes here. All right. And just note that we offer a free 14-day trial on both memberships. You'll just have to enter your payment information. We'll do a quick authorization to confirm that the payment is valid, and you won't be billed for 14 days. You can cancel anytime while the payment is processing, and you won't be charged if you cancel within the first 14 days. Now, lastly, we do offer one additional membership that's not shown on the website here, which is called Managed Service. With our Managed Service plan, you will have an assigned account manager who can manage all of your communications for you. They'll basically be a guide to help you launch your business. And if you were working on a sourcing project, for example, your assigned account manager would handle all of your communications with your factory for you. So it's like having a dedicated expert who's going to vet the factories, manage communications, discuss all of the product specifications and parameters, and walk you through that whole process. You'll barely have to manage anything on your end. Those plans typically start at $3,000 with a 6-month contract. If anybody is interested in one of those plans, just reach out to our customer support team and we'll put you in touch with the enrollment team for that level of plan. All right, so I just clicked into our sourcing homepage here. And everybody keep an eye out for some key updates that we're going to be making to this section of the website. We're heavily invested in technology here at Pietra, and we're going to be rolling out an AI-supported sourcing agent very soon, which will be an AI agent that is designed to help walk you through the sourcing and sampling process and help you generate a tech pack, which is a document that a factory sometimes needs to generate a product for you, whether that be a pattern for an apparel item that you want to manufacture. If you're designing a home accessory or a toy, you might have an AutoCAD design. Whatever it is, our AI sourcing agent will be able to help you with this. In the meantime, we offer sourcing support via the chat button down here. And for most folks who are just getting started, sourcing is going to be the most important milestone that you want to get past to begin launching your company or your brand. Now, if you are just getting started and you're not quite sure what you want to design or what you want to launch, our product design studio can be a great place to get started if you have a general idea of what you want to create. In this section of the website, we have a number of trending product templates. So for example, if you were interested in women's fitness, lots of options here, lots of options for jewelry to help you get started. I'm on a men's fitness line or men's apparel line test account here. And you can see that I've created some pretty nice product renderings just based on my description here. And the way that these images are generated is by simply selecting an option that works well for you. We'll then populate a product template for you. Or you can type this information directly into the product template search bar. And you can create some pretty helpful product renderings based on a simple product description. It'll just take a minute here. And you can see here, I've got these nice lime green socks, if that's what I want to design. You can edit these specifications further We'll share the Pantone colors, generate a item description. We'll even suggest some factories who can make socks for you. For an easy way to work with the supplier, just click Work with Supplier. And what this is going to do is it's going to populate a message to that supplier so you can start up a conversation with them. Okay. Further, if you want to make further comment, you can annotate your design. Again, all with the goal in mind of creating a nice product rendering for you to share with a supplier and use that as a starting point. Now, additionally, you saw I selected more options there. From this screen, we'll suggest some more off-the-shelf items, which can be easier to produce rather than creating a fully custom item, which is going to typically be a little bit more expensive to produce and require higher MOQs, minimum order quantities. Also from this screen, you can see post a custom project. Anytime you see post a custom project, you can basically generate a quick form that will describe your project, and you can share that project with multiple factories at once. So this can be a great way to get your idea out there and in front of multiple factories at one time, rather than searching them in the supplier marketplace or sourcing marketplace. And then anytime a factory responds to you, that response will show up here in your supplier inbox. And this is where all communications with your supplier will happen. Okay. So just to recap there, Product Design Studio, very helpful for creating product renderings and creating a starting point for a conversation with a supplier. All of your designs will autosave. And with both plans, you have a nearly unlimited number of design renderings that you can make. We offer some quick ways to find factories here with all these buttons on the right. And we make it easy for you to order a sample based on the rendering you've created. Again, you can see I've generated that custom project request form. Okay. I always advise people to think of the Product Design Studio generations as a starting point rather than an ending point. This is just a reference image. You should not expect the product that the factory is going to make to look exactly like this. It's always important to go over those details in conversation with your supplier in this chat. So this is where all the communications will happen and should happen. You can schedule video meetings. You can request updates by text. You can request new projects with the supplier, but everything happens in this chat box here. Okay, so that's one way to get started. Now, another way to get started is by simply browsing the supplier marketplace here. And you can do that in a couple of ways. You can search men's athletic socks. To search for in-network suppliers or suppliers in our expanded network. Now, in-network suppliers are suppliers that have been personally vetted by our supplier management team. The expanded network are not directly connected with Pietra, but we do offer you the ability to connect with these factories directly. This is one of the key benefits of the Pietra membership, is that we enable you to connect with the factory directly. There are no middlemen here, nor are there brokers who will typically charge a fee to connect you with the factory, anywhere between 8 and 20% of the purchase value. This is direct to factory connection, so you're going to be connected directly to somebody who works in the factory and able to connect with them about all the product specifications for your item. Now, there was a question about finding factories that were maybe outside of China, given the updated tariff policy. You can see here on the left side, you can filter by location. If you're looking for a factory in Vietnam, simply filter here, and you'll see all of these are Vietnamese factories. Okay. We even have one in the supplier network, in the Pietra network. And this is the supplier listing page. You see this one makes bags. They likely make socks as well. I wouldn't be turned off or limited by what is seen here. This is generally just a snapshot of their entire factory catalog. So anytime you want to connect with the supplier and they look appealing to you, just go ahead and send them a message. and they will respond to you, and you can kick off a conversation there. Now, just to provide an overview of what you're seeing here, this is the suppliers listing page. So essentially what we've done here is we've created a marketplace or almost a social media platform for suppliers to show their factory capabilities on this single page. So up here on the left, you'll see a nice little description of where the factory is located, what their specialties are, where they're based, if they've worked on notable past projects or had clients that they can share. So for example, this factory has worked with Everlane. That's a household brand. And a lot of times what will happen is these large brands will take up a good amount of the factory's capacity, but they'll have extra capacity to take on other projects. And a lot of those projects are Pietra customers. Additional information about their MOQ, sampling costs, and then some quick items to order samples from. Additionally, we show some helpful documents here, such as an NDA, if you ever want to put an NDA in place with the factory, or if you were looking for a sample tech pack, pre-inventory order form, etc. Another question here. Question is, how reliable are these suppliers? So as I said, all of the suppliers in our factory, in our Pietra network, have been vetted by our supplier management team. We have supplier management teams located in China, as well as rest of the world, including the United States, who will periodically check in with these factories and confirm that they can actually make what they say they can make. Our expanded network factories, we don't have reviews of those yet, but they are verified factories, which we have added those based on a secure paid marketing list that we have purchased. Okay, so all of these are real factories. It's really important for you to do your own vetting and confirm all the agreements and product specifications in your supplier chat. Okay, I cannot stress that enough. Whether that is product specifications, MOQs, confirming timelines, all that is done in the inbox here. And don't hesitate to ask the supplier any questions that you want to get answered before moving forward. Ideally, this becomes a long-term partnership between you and the supplier. And what I advise new business owners to do is to go with the supplier that they're feeling really excited about, because ideally this becomes a long-term partnership between you and the supplier. And these are all factories, Mauricio. These are not brokers. No brokers on Pietra, all factories. That said, we do offer access to freelancers, as well as the packaging and product factories themselves. So if anybody is looking for a little bit of design help, or you're looking for help creating a social media campaign, high quality product photography, these are all available on Pietra as well. And the way that you would find those is by just navigating to the sourcing homepage, selecting freelancers and agencies. And just like you're browsing for a factory, you can browse for a freelancer who can help you out. If you're looking for help making a Shopify page, that can be done here. And I'll add that about 95% of the brands that we work with do use Shopify. We have the most integrations with Shopify. We also integrate with Wix and WooCommerce, so those would be good platforms to explore as well. So another note for beginners, one thing that you're going to need to do at some point, if you're going to run an e-commerce business, is have a website. And like I said, most of the brands that we work with do use Shopify. Now, that said, we do have a very simple storefront website that's available to you as part of your membership. So you could sell directly from Pietra if you prefer. Just note that this is not very customizable. It's a pretty straightforward website. And also note that we typically have folks use this Pietra storefront if they're going to be doing print on demand. This is integrated with our print on demand printer as well. Okay. For those of you familiar with print on demand, or maybe just getting accustomed to how it works, one benefit of print on demand is that you can design pretty custom items, and you won't pay for those items until somebody actually purchases your product. So there's no upfront costs for inventory or for storing those items. The trade-off is that these items are typically pretty limited in how you can customize them, so you will be limited as far as the level of customization. Contrast that with working with a supplier directly. You'll have full control over the end product. For example, you can do a completely custom line, custom sew, custom sunglasses line. We have all sorts of merchandise categories available on the website. Okay, so it's not just apparel or merchandise, although those are definitely our most popular categories. We can do everything from baby products to sunglasses to jewelry, skincare. Really, the sky's the limit as far as direct-to-consumer products. All right, and just going down the line of the main kind of menu options here. So all of your custom project requests will save in this menu. As I've reached a couple of times, all of your responses from your suppliers will appear in your inbox. And then this will have our AI sourcing agent responses in just a couple of days here. Any invoices will be generated directly on the platform, and you'll pay for those directly via the Pietra website, so that makes your payment secure. Any orders that you have in process, you'll be able to track the progress here. And of course, you can favorite suppliers and view those pretty quickly here. Okay? And then another way to access the product design studio. Now, a final note on sourcing. Always very important to sample before you move forward with a production run. Now, sampling is an important part of the production process. And sometimes it will take a couple of rounds of samples, especially if you're making a pretty customized item, to get that item exactly right. This is very common for factories. So don't be discouraged or alarmed if your first sample does not meet exactly the product specifications that you wanted. This is about a kind of iterative process to arrive at the end item. Okay? So sometimes samples, for example, will arrive in a slightly different color than you've specified if you're ordering a custom color, or it will arrive without zippers. Just discuss all those details directly with the supplier, and note that it might take a couple of times for them to get it exactly right. If they don't get it exactly right on the first time, that doesn't mean that they are not capable of making your item. It just might mean that they need a little bit more validation from you before making a fully customized item. And just note, we also offer sample insurance at the time of checkout. So if you want to protect against damages or defective samples, that's something that you can add on, and you'll just do that as part of the checkout flow. Now, after you have come to an agreement with a supplier, you'll eventually order a production run. That'll be done directly via the Pietra platform as well. And then at the time of checkout there, moving along to fulfillment, just note that you'll be given the option to either ship the items to you at your home, or you could send them to our fulfillment center. If you send the items to our fulfillment center, we can handle all of your order fulfillment for you. We'll even integrate with your Shopify store, so all of your orders are fulfilled automatically. So if you're looking for an opportunity to take advantage of the full platform, our fulfillment services are a really great option to explore as well. And just showing here our rate card, this is a comprehensive listing of our fees. And our fees are very competitive, especially for small businesses who might not meet the minimums of some larger fulfillment centers to get started. Our fulfillment center is, our primary fulfillment center is located in North Carolina. We also have a fulfillment center in China and one in Brooklyn as well, but most of our customers will go through that. Most of our US customers will go through that North Carolina fulfillment location. All right. And again, we offer webinar recordings that provide an overview of the full fulfillment section of the website. I would encourage anybody who's at the point of looking for a fulfillment partner to take a look at this part of the website. You can always reach out to us via chat, or if you're on the business plan, you can schedule a quick call with a fulfillment expert on our team. And Juan, to answer your question, the rate card is located in the lower right-hand corner of the fulfillment services section of the website. Just click this blue tile. You can pull up the rate card, and yes, it is downloadable just by downloading it from this page. Okay, so moving along to our e-commerce and marketing tools. So in addition to the sourcing marketplace and the fulfillment services, we have a full suite of marketing tools that can help you grow the reach of your brand. These are very powerful, and just note they are all included in your membership. They can sometimes not necessarily get the attention they deserve or warrant because all the work is done in the sourcing side of things when you're getting started. But I would strongly encourage everybody to explore these and just note that they are included in your membership. So we have a very powerful AI supported content generation studio, which allows you to upload images of your products. So for example, you can see this sample dress here. You can upload product photos from multiple angles. And then you can actually train an AI agent to create additional content for you based on the photos you have uploaded. Okay. This includes turning still photos into AI content videos. You can remix the background. And to get a flavor for all of the generations that that are available, I would check out all generations here. I'm going to go ahead and switch accounts for a second, just to give you an idea of another account that has created a few more generations here. One moment. Okay, so this is another test account here, which has trained a number of the AI Content Studio models. For example, we have a number of skincare products, apparel, and you can see a number of generations here, turning this matching set into a nice video that you can share on social media. You can also change up the background of the AI generated content to provide a lot of variety. Again, this might not necessarily replace your primary photo shoot to create the best marketing content that you have. But if you're looking to create something that might be posted on your social media accounts for like 24 hours, very, very strong option, very low cost, and many, many iterations of these types of content are included in your membership. Okay. We have a self-guided tool here. Would strongly recommend anybody who's interested in this tool to read the beginner guide. This outlines the specifications for the photos that you're going to upload. And for example, we suggest uploading 5 to 10 clear photos of the image to ensure that you get the best possible generations based on the stock photos. Okay. So that is the AI Content Studio. Again, idea behind this is to provide you a tool so you can create AI generated photos to use to help market your business. Next is Pietra Pulse. So Pulse is a social listening tool which enables you to track what is happening on social media for your brand and the brand and competitor brands. We'll track the top performing social media posts and deliver a daily or weekly digest to you, summarizing our findings based on what is being discussed on Instagram, TikTok, and other social media platforms like Reddit. Okay, and the idea here is to keep you informed of everything being discussed in your corner of the market, and also keep you connected to influencers who could be high quality partners for your brand, whether it's a paid partnership or if you wanted to send them a gift box and have them do an opening. Pulse enables you to identify potential influencer partners and spark up a conversation with them so you can increase your reach via social media. We've had a number of existing brands use this tool and develop new social media partnerships with influencers. So really powerful tool. And this is one that we are constantly improving. And for example, we recently added a feature that allows you to track product issues. And in that sense, it can be a helpful customer service tool as well. If you identify negative comments, you can go back to that post and follow up with the customer, whether you want to offer them a discount or just send them a nice note to make sure they feel heard. Okay, with just the last couple of minutes here, I'll provide an overview of the remaining marketing tools. So Retail Connect enables you to find local retailers who could be a good wholesale partner for you. So for example, on this skincare brand, Wigs and Plus might be a great potential wholesale partner for this brand to send large orders of their cosmetics to. Wigs and Plus could then sell it within their store. What we do here is basically pre-populate an Instagram message to them. We gather their contact information if you want to reach out directly. And we save you ideally a lot of time from having to search on Google Maps or just browse the web for potential partners. So that's Retail Connect. We touched on our AI product design tool when we discussed sourcing. Visitor ID basically provides you an email capture tool. There are a lot of these tools out there in the market. However, ours is included in the membership. And what this will do is it will allow you to collect the email addresses of visitors to your site, as long as they have opted in to receive marketing emails from other brands. And what we'll do is we'll collect all these email addresses. If you're using Klaviyo, you can export them to Klaviyo. And ideally, here you're able to build your contact list and increase the reach of your email distribution list as well. Affiliate marketing allows you to create incentives for any influencers you're working with and provide them discounts for any influencer signups or sales that they make thanks to promoting your brand. Lastly, we also offer a number of reporting tools to fit the role of a business analyst. We can provide you a number of different custom dashboards and reporting to show the health of your business and any trends in your sales. Really helpful for existing brands who are fulfilling orders with us. And then again, we have our storefront typically used by print on demand or wholesale customers. Okay, so I know I've covered a lot. There is a lot of information on the website. For those of you who are just getting started, I would say there's really 3 things that I would encourage you to do. Number 1, get your website made when it makes sense for you, whether that's going to be a Shopify site or if it's going to be a Pietra storefront. Number 2, just spend 30 to 45 minutes browsing the sourcing marketplace and finding a factory that could be a good potential fit for you. And then number 3, explore the marketing tools on your own time. A lot of times with all the busyness of sourcing as you're just getting started, these are a number of tools. They're generally self-service, but they're also very powerful to help you build a marketing plan and increase the reach of your brand. And Mauricio asked, so what happens if you decide to stop using Pietra? Do you lose everything? So everything that you have in Pietra will be saved as long as you have a membership. Even if you decide to pause your membership, everything will remain here. That said, if you leave Pietra, those communications with the supplier will be lost, yes. And all of our suppliers enter into an agreement with us where they will only communicate with you on the Pietra platform. So it would not be appropriate to take any communications with suppliers that you met on Pietra to connect with them directly. They would likely reject that offering if that's something that you suggested to them. And then, yes, if you decide to stop using Pietra and you generated product designs or you generated AI photo shoots, you only have access to those as long as you have a membership with us. Good question. And Juan asks, how do we meet suppliers? So a couple of ways to do that. Yes. One, there are a couple of ways to meet suppliers. So anytime you find a supplier who looks appealing to you, so for example, custom creations, the way that you meet them is to just introduce yourself by starting a chat. And then you'll wait for them to respond. You can also include any attachments that you want. And additionally, once the chat is started, you'll have full access to that chat history. You can request a video meeting, upload additional attachments, and then you can also specify if you want to receive text message updates whenever they message you back. So that's the way that you meet them. Okay. Great, excellent. Well, we finished a couple minutes early today. I really appreciate everybody's time joining me for the Pietra weekly overview of the Creator Hub. Don't hesitate to reach out to our team via the chat support, or if you have a business membership, you can schedule a one-on-one call. We really look forward to seeing what you do on the platform. Thanks, everyone. I hope you have a nice week.